Today I'm going to talk about taking the things that we have prayed about for granted. For example, you're praying for a job, and the first few days in that job is a blessing to you. But a few months down the line, few years down the line, you're no longer really putting your best foot out there. You're no longer giving your best in that job. You're taking that job for granted, and you're expecting a raise. You have this unrealistic expectation of that job. Or you're praying for a husband, you pray for a wife, God gives you that beautiful, amazing person. And when you have that spouse, for the first few months, it's honeymoon phase. You're really enjoying their company. You value them. You tell them how much they mean in your life. But few years down the line, we forget that we once prayed for this person. We forget that we once prayed for that job. We forget that that job was once a blessing in our lives, and we start taking it for granted. We start taking the spouse for granted. So today I'm here to say that my prayer is that whatever that you are praying about today, I pray that you never lose the faith that that thing is a blessing. It's coming from God. It was a good thing when you first got it. And I pray that you continue seeing it as a blessing in your life. The fact that you've been married for 10 years, 5 years, 20 years doesn't mean that it loses its value. It doesn't mean that you have to take that person for granted. The fact that you've been working in the same job for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years doesn't mean that that job has lost its value. It doesn't mean that you have to take it for granted. It's still a blessing in your life. And my prayer is that you wake up every morning and really realize that it is a blessing, because there are so many people out there that are praying for what you have. There are so many people out there that are praying for what you are taking for granted. There are so many people out there that wish they had what you have. So my prayer today is that we really truly realize the blessings, the things that we have that God has blessed us with, and acknowledge them, and really feel that they are blessings in our lives. Like, for example, don't wait until it's Valentine's Day or it's anniversary until you tell your spouse how you feel about them. My prayer is that you make like every day a Valentine's Day. You make every day your anniversary day. You make every day a day where you remind them what they mean to you. Remind them how much you really appreciate them in your life. Don't wait, until a special occasion. My prayer is that also for those who are single like me, my prayer is that we never lose the fact that my husband that I'm praying about now, when I get that husband, I never take them for granted, and I never forget that they are a blessing in my life. That's my prayer. I pray that whatever that we are praying about right now, the amazing, the feeling that we have right now, and right now when you're thinking about one day getting married and all that, it looks so good, it's a blessing, it's good. You're thinking it in a very amazing, it's positive. But my prayer is that we never lose that feeling, and I pray that we never lose that, because it is a blessing. That person is a blessing, that job is a blessing, that child is a blessing, regardless of what is happening in your life right now, regardless how rude they are, regardless of how much they take you for granted. Never take them for granted, because you prayed for that. You asked God for that. You specifically asked God for them. So my prayer is that don't take for granted what God has given you. Don't take for granted what God blessed you with, because it remains a blessing. Yes, it might be 5 years afterwards, but it remains a blessing. So I'm praying that you really, really consider whatever that you're praying about. When you get it, don't take it for granted. There are so many people out there who wish to have what you have. So I really pray that we never lose, and we never take things that we've prayed about for granted. I pray that God will give us strength to really hold them dear, in our hearts, and know that beyond a reasonable doubt, they know that it was a blessing. God blessed me with this person, whether it's friendship. God blessed me with a friend, a husband, a wife, a colleague, a job, and I'll never take them for granted. Thank you guys. I hope you have a lovely day. See you next time.